Welcome to the What's Our Verdict podcast. We fashion ourselves cinematic judge and jury. My name is JJ Crowder. I'm here with my co-hosts, Mattson Heiner.
Better red than dead.
And Ian Anderson.
Some shit.
Do you ever find yourself wondering if you spend the time, money, or both on a movie? Well, we're here to answer that question for you. Each week we put a movie on trial, discuss the facts, pass judgment, and let you know our verdict. To check out our other episodes, if you're watching us on YouTube, the link's in the description down below. This is our spoiler-free review. Our deep dive review will be available on Monday, March... Whoa, my brain just went. What is it? March 15th. Sorry.
Yeah.
Be available Monday, March 15th, 2021. And you can listen to that wherever fine podcasts are found. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Ghana, just to name a few. And as always, it's completely free. Today we're reviewing Coming to America. It was a sequel that was released March 5th, 2021. It was written by Eddie Murphy and Barry Blaustein. It was directed by Craig Brewer. It stars Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, Jermaine Fowler, Kiki Lane, Sheree Headley, Leslie Jones, Nomzamo Mbatha, Wesley Snipes, and Tracy Morgan. The African monarch Akeem learns he has a long-lost son in the United States and must return to America to meet this unexpected heir and build a relationship with his son. If this is your first time joining us, we'll rate this movie on a 3-tiered scale. Worth it, meaning you should find a way to watch this movie, whether it's pay for it, whatever it is, watch it now. Stream it, wait until you can watch it for free, or when you have some time, and finally skip it, meaning you shouldn't watch it at all. I feel like I'm going to be, after some conversations before we started recording, I feel like I'm on an island on this one, so I'm going to go first and get this out of the way. Look, Coming to America, the original, was one of my favorite movies.
That's a good movie.
I watch it all the time. It's hysterical. It's funny. It's got a hilarious message. I love that movie. And so I actually came into this movie with very low expectations. I figured a lot of these sequels turn out to be very poorly done. And I was pleasantly surprised. Look, is it a perfect movie? Not even remotely. But it's funny. And it has enough tie-ins to the original movie to keep you laughing, to keep it a legitimate and tied-in story. I was very impressed with what they did. There's a lot of things that were over the top, and they went a little extra on it. And it did suffer for not being rated R because the tone of the movie was different from the original movie because it lacked the realism in some of the situations for me. But that's a nitpicky thing for me because it felt original in the first one because of the swearing, and it just felt more natural. This one, again, you could tell it was being played off because, one, it's an Amazon original, and two, they were just trying to make sure that anybody could watch it. But overall, I enjoyed this movie. Look, is it worth spending money on it? But no, if you already have a Prime membership, it's free. So definitely stream it. I actually enjoyed this movie. I had a lot of fun, much more than I thought that I would. So definite stream it for me. Let's hear these naysayers. Mattson can't stop shaking his head, so go ahead, buddy.
JJ, this movie sucked.
I don't see how you
like Coming to America, the original. It is funny. It is witty. It is creative. Eddie Murphy does a good job. Arsenio Hall, I think the charisma on screen works. This movie, it was so bad for me that there was a point where I was kind of getting tired, and I was like, man, do I have to keep watching this movie? That means this movie sucked. Is it anywhere close to She Dies Tomorrow? Absolutely not. But this movie, for what it was supposed to be, wasn't really funny to me, was terribly over the top, just felt outdated, too try hard, should never have been remade. And I'm really disappointed that I had to watch this whole movie. Like, I wanted to text you guys while I was watching it because I thought I was the first one to watch it. I was like, guys, this movie sucks. But I didn't because I didn't want to influence anyone. So I didn't do that thing. Should have saved all of you the trouble. I have nothing but bad things to say about this movie pretty much. So it is a definite skip it. Don't watch it.
Oh, I can't wait for the deep dive. All right, Ian.
So I purposely didn't go watch the first original because I haven't seen it. So I can give the perspective on not having watched the first one and coming into this movie. And it was bad, JJ. I'm sorry, but man, I struggled watching this movie. In fact, I thought it was kind of interesting movie where they call out sequels that didn't need to be made and make a joke about that. And I thought, wow, how well does that connect? Where this is a movie that could have not been made and been all right with that. So I just it did try a little too. It was trying too hard, in my opinion. Some of the jokes and things just were so outlandish that I mean, I usually don't really enjoy comedies in the comedy genre, and so I feel like this is kind of one of those movies that it's meant to be a comedy. It's in that genre, and so it doesn't usually work for me because they're trying too hard. But yeah, I just struggled with it, so I'm gonna go skip it as well. I know JJ doesn't like to hear
Naysayers.
that.
Naysayers. Oh,
Well,
I
look at
can't
it
wait
this
for the
way.
deep dive.
This is finally one that we have like some solid differing opinions on, rather than all being in the same
Yeah,
boat.
this movie sucked.
I see, and I'm looking forward. You've said that like 5 times now, Matson, and I can't wait for the deep dive so I can hear
The
your
problem is with the
reasons
deep
why.
dive is like I'm not even. It's so bad that like I've tuned this movie out. Like I'm gonna be. I don't think I'm gonna have great points of why it just. I just felt. I couldn't wait for it to be over.
Yeah, but I see, and that's why I can't wait for the deep dive because I want to hear why. If you don't have valid reasons why, then your opinion does not matter, sir. You can't say it sucks and then not tell me why it sucks. Besides the fact that
I'm gonna come up
bored.
with some reasons right now
All right.
in our deep dive.
Yeah, because I had a ball. It was exactly what it should have been, in my opinion, for a decent sequel of a movie that probably shouldn't have been made, but still very entertaining. All right, so we got to stream it, to skip it. I apologize for these youngsters, for those of you watching this, and remember that fondly the original. Ignore them. It's the first time I've ever said that, but go watch this
I just
movie.
feel very confident that I'm saving someone instead of. So for those of you who don't watch this movie because of me and Matson, you're welcome.
Oh, goodness. All right. Well, with that, Matson, tell them where they can find us.
If you want to find us after this terrible movie, you can find us at Instagram and Facebook, predominantly whatsourverdict.com. Check out this deep dive on YouTube. Again, we've reviewed better movies than this, so never fear.
Well, I definitely don't deny that. We have watched better movies than this, but we have watched many worse movies than this as well.
It's a pretty bad movie.
Yeah, we've watched some bad ones. I'm curious to hear
But
your
we have
rating though,
seen
JJ.
worse.
Yeah, you'll hear it in the deep dive.
JJ's trying to hand out like a 3. There's no way he's going 3.5 because then our podcast is done.
Dude, don't make me pull out the old ratings because there's some movies that have gotten some high ratings in this deal from you sons of bitches.
From me?
Bad.
Look, Javier's not on here. If we're talking about him, we can all agree on that. But I've been nothing but the utmost objective in my movie opinions.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe we'll discuss those on the deep dive too, because I've already got a couple on the top of my head we could talk about. All right. With that, everybody join us. It'll be fun for this deep dive. We'll catch you on the next one.
Whoa!